evening, everyone. We are happy and excited that you are joining us today live on the Your Time Show. If you are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, please feel free to share and comment and ask as many questions as you can about the topic we are going to be discussing today. Invite as many people as you can, and please, you are very welcome to the Your Time Show.
And today we're going to be talking about social media and the people who are going to help us talk about this topic today.
My name is Emmanuel Kasomi, a final year student at MOOC. I'm fortunate to work with a digital content powerhouse and an online tech magazine, and I'm glad to be on the Your Time Show.
Hi, my name is Aliyah Denyangos. I'm 20 years old, a South Sudanese living in Uganda. I currently work with iGadgets Uganda, and I'm happy to be here today.
So Aliyah, when does social media become a thing for you?
I think social media has always been a thing for me. I initially joined Facebook and WhatsApp when I was about 13 years old to communicate with my mom because she was always traveling. But now I think it's also relevant. And it's still a thing for me.
I was about to say 13 is too young.
Yes, but it's still a thing for me now. I still get to still have a voice. Now I have a voice on many platforms. I get to have latest news. Yes, you know, breaking news is just all over the place. And I get to learn about so many more cultures and traditions. You know, I think that's it, yeah.
All right. What about you, Emma? When does the media become a passion for you?
I think I was in S2 or S3. A friend takes me to the library, and then they connect me to Facebook.
Like a video library, like
a computer library.
Okay, yeah.
So we go to the library. I connect to Facebook, and I get to engage with social media.
Yeah.
Now up ahead, it wasn't very much a thing back then.
Yes.
But then in my S6 back, I get to come to church. I joined the youth ministry here, and Joel Jemba introduces me to social media.
He's Joel Jemba.
He's our producer here in the media.
Okay.
So he kind of gives me this brief on how social media really works. He talks me through certain key points on how to create content for social media. Let me share them with you guys. So he says, when you're creating a post on social media, it should be engaging, appealing, helpful, and informative.
I'm imagining like how, you know, he describes those things.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. You know, he's a very detailed guy. So so we go ahead into these details, and I'm very fascinated about this whole thing.
Yeah.
So as we continued, I got to enjoy social media, and right now I am working with a social media or content creation company. Yes.
Cool, that's good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Aliyah, I understand you are a person who is a social media person, like so much.
Yeah, not so much, but I'm there.
So have you used social media in any way to influence the people around you?
Well, yes. I started a business, and you know, starting it in lockdown, where no shops are open, and you know, it's everything is hard. I started putting out ads on Facebook and Instagram, and it has really worked out. You know, I got my first clients, and one thing led to the other. But another thing has been also having, you know, a powerful voice, which I said earlier, when it comes to signing petitions and having to say these things about certain situations that are happening in your life and in your community. And I believe I'm a very powerful influencer. I just have to use these platforms the right way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone was asking about the influence or the effect of or the success rate of the petitions people keep signing. You know, they keep popping up on social media, this and this and this and this. Are they really any successful?
Well, I'll be honest, I've never actually gone to the point of finding out what happens after I sign these petitions. Yeah. But I know that what I'm doing is right. I know that at one point it's a process, and firstly they need these petitions signed. And that's why, you know, I would put my voice out there or my signature and say, this is wrong, we need change. Yes.
Okay.
I love that. All right, so we understand that, you know, Emma, every society has behavioral principles. Yeah. Like when we are growing up in a society, they tell us, you know what, do this, this is ethical, this is non-ethical. Yeah. When you are walking around, you know, put on some clothes. When you are doing this, like behavioral principles. Yeah. that are instilled in us when we are actually growing up. And I think the same applies to social media. And when I was reading through what exactly going into the gist of social media, I found out that that particular word is called netiquette. All right? So today I want you to tell us what are some of those behavioral principles that would apply to social media. And also, if you don't mind, you could define for us what netiquette is.
Yeah, so netiquette in a brief, not really a book kind of term. Netiquette are more like the behaviors or the way you should act on social media and how you should use this platform to be helpful to others. And basically, of course, we've heard a lot about social media bullying. People have been conned into doing many other things, and those are some of the bad habits of using social media. Those people who are doing those things are breaking the netiquette.
Yeah.
Yes, so one thing that I would say is when you are using social media, you should first consider that you're talking to people.
Yeah.
You are a human
Exactly.
being, right? So when you're replying an email, when you are texting someone, you should try as much to be human, you know? Be
Do not be
real
a
with this
robot.
person, yes. Do not be
Yes.
a robot, you know? Try in as much to get this conversation like as though you are with this person, right?
Yes.
And then moving ahead, you should try as much not to be offensive. You know, many people on social media have their different what can I call them, beliefs. People on social media have their different ways of doing things. So when you're addressing someone, you should try as much not to offend them. You should try as much to be accommodative.
Yes.
Because you're going to find a lot of people on the
people,
internet. You know, Facebook alone has probably 2 billion people. So
That's a lot.
That's a lot of
Yes.
people. So just imagine you probably know like 100,000 friends.
Yes.
So you should try as much to be accommodative and not abuse them and not try to demean what they believe in. And then as well, maybe one last thing I would say is that when you are using these platforms, you should try so much not to. You should be cautious of yourself when you're using them.
Yes.
Because yes, I'm trying to interact with people, but I am a person, right?
Yes.
And I have to do other things, right? And social media is not all there is that is in the world. So one of the netiquettes is to try to be time cautious when you're using these
Social
platforms.
media.
Yes, that is. And there are many others on the internet. You could check them out.
For that part of, you know, thinking about the people you are talking to and maybe yourself too.
Yep.
It also comes down to the discrimination part of it. You do not have the content you're putting out there.
Yep.
You do not have to discriminate when you're putting out there. Because, okay, giving an example, if I'm a Christian and then I put out an offensive, you know, thing on social media, and it's not good to maybe the Muslims,
yes.
or
For the Muslim
any-
community.
Yes. So I think we should be what did you call it?
Accommodative of the
Yeah,
people.
accommodative. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, Aliyah,
That's good.
social media has really come up with emotional communication between people or among people. We've seen people having emojis that describe every kind of emotion a person can be with.
Yes.
If I'm happy, if I'm sad,
put
if
a
I'm
smile.
emotional, if actually
want
even the
tears.
offensive languages, tears,
Tears, that-
anything. And at some point, this has kind of created different personalities in people.
Yes.
You see, you can meet someone on Facebook or WhatsApp and they're very jolly and happy people and encouraging, but when you meet them in person, they're very cold. It's not someone you can talk to like, like really.
Yeah.
So do you think you can balance social media and social relations?
Yes, for me, if anyone knows me, I tend to I rarely have conversations that pass 10 minutes on my WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I'll
Really?
go 30 minutes,
a good
unless it's something
etiquette.
serious.
Yeah, it's a good
Unless
Good
it's something,
etiquette, eh?
yeah, of
Okay.
course. Unless it's something serious and urgent,
Yes.
I'm not going to be on my phone WhatsApping or Facebooking, nothing like that.
Yes.
And for me, that has been my balance, yes? And I understand there are situations where you have to be online constantly. Probably you're in relations with people, or it's work overseas. You know, you have to be there on
Yes.
Zoom or whatever, whichever. Has anyone checked on Skype lately? I don't know. But you know, such situations. And if you're caught up in such, I believe you should be able to make limits and boundaries where healthy ones, of course, and say, you know what, I'm going to work from 8 to 9. After that, I'm not going to be online. I'm going to spend time with my family. I'm going to go shopping.
Yes.
I'm going to go for a walk or something like that. Play some games, some physical games, not the ones on your phone. Yes, that has been it for me, and I believe that so many more people can achieve that. Yes.
Well, do you think people out there can bring back that liveliness in their personal life, so that they
Yes,
are,
of course.
they are those people that we
No.
communicate with on social media. You
Actually,
get?
social media has created dual personality.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
There is the media personality, and then there is the real person.
Yeah.
It's confusing, way confusing. So it's, I don't know, Aliyah.
Exactly. And for me, I don't usually go through that because, like I said, I do not talk to a person longer because the way you convey your emotion
Yeah.
through the emojis is not going to be the same way that you do it in person. I might not hear you raise your voice via text, but when you
Yes.
raise your voice at me in person, I'm going to freak out, you know? And I'm going to say, what is this? So that has been it for me. Meet up, link up, meet in person, you know, unless otherwise. And I believe, yes, habits are very, very hard to break,
Yes.
but we can actually achieve them. Just start by decreasing how much time you spend online. If you're taking 9 hours, do 8 and see what happens. And
8
put
is way low.
Yeah, no, it's a start. And take take the other hour somewhere else. And the next day do 7. Next week, let's do 5. And you'll see change.
All right. Okay, what about you, Emma? What of advice would you give in that line? Social media and social relations.
I think in one way or the other, social media has kind of replaced what social really should be because people are now more on their gadgets
Yes.
than really appearing out there and being social. So I think people should be cautious on the time, like Aliyah has said, and there are actually apps that can help you with that can track your
hold on, yeah?
usage of apps.
Uh-huh.
At the end of the day, you can check and they tell you on WhatsApp, you've been there for 5 hours, on Facebook,
Facebook,
4 hours, on Instagram, 3.5 hours, they show you the time.
Yes.
So if you have some of these apps, they kind of help you to track the time that you use.
Yeah.
But then as well, I like that going out of that phone to interact with the people around you.
Yes.
I really believe so much in that. It kind of helps you not leave the facade of the internet because
Yes.
people only share the nice things on the internet.
Yeah.
I think you guys have probably seen statuses. They put up the edited
I'm in
Photoshop
Dubai, I'm
pictures
this and then yeah,
at the
you know.
pool. They
Uh-huh.
take and they don't just share fake images. The perfect shot where you see a drop of water passing, like perfect shot. So it's always good to live out of the facade of the internet and talk
Be
with your
real.
family. Be real with the people around you.
Yeah.
You can also go and meet those other people, like Aliyah has said. Yeah.
All right, that is cool. That is getting better and more interesting. We are happy that you are still joining us on the Your Time Show today. Like I said in the beginning, please ask as many questions as you can, send in as many comments as you can, like this page, share, and invite as many people as possible. But as for now, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are still going to be talking about social media and go deeper and deeper and deeper in this topic.
It is said that prayer is caught and never taught. People who tarry longer in the presence of God are the people that have learned the secret of prayer. Such an atmosphere is provided for here at Gaba Community Church every Friday, and this is your moment. It's such an atmosphere that you need. God bless you.
Welcome back from that short break. We are happy and excited that you are still watching. Like I said, if you are just joining us, feel free to ask as many questions as you can and share, comment, and invite as many people as you can to join together with you as we continue with our topic today, which is social media. So today, Emma, I understand like that social media has had very many advantages over time. However, if you put that into consideration, it has also had disadvantages. So social media has very many good things.
Yes.
However, it also has dangers.
Yes.
Do you mind educating us today? What are some of the dangers of social media?
As you have said, social media is a really, really powerful tool of our generation.
Yes.
But of course, good things at times come with the bad. And someone recently I saw somewhere, he called social media a necessary evil. Now, before you wonder why we are calling social media an evil, just bear with me a little bit as I try to explain this.
Yes.
So what happens is when these people are making these social media applications,
Yeah.
they make them in such a way that they are very addictive and they catch your attention.
Yes.
And you actually see this every time there is an update of the app. They are changing a feature. They are adding a button here,
The way it
which looks
looks.
smoother. And
Yeah.
you're like, wow, I think I like the app even
I
better.
need to get this.
And obviously, usually these updates come consequently.
Yes.
So they are trying to capture your attention. And one of the disadvantages that I think social media has posed is that it is eating a lot of people's time.
Yeah.
Very much.
It is a time-consuming element, and mostly with young people in lockdown. Let me say. And then if we are to go down to maybe some statistics,
Yes.
I read somewhere where it says that an average person checks their phone 150 times a day.
150.
Now, 150 times a day.
And that's an average person.
An average person.
Yeah.
Now you're going to ask yourself, how
About that.
in all these 150 times, what are they really doing?
Yeah.
Now the idea is this. So you have a lot of these apps on your phone, right?
Yes.
You have Facebook,
Instagram.
Instagram, WhatsApp, Tinder, blah, blah, blah. You know all the apps, right?
Yes.
You probably have like 50 apps on your phone. Initially, when they were making the computer, the idea was to help people solve problems, right? But then when they made a lot of these apps, there was need for attention.
Yes.
Everyone wants eyeballs on their application.
Exactly.
You know, without eyeballs, I'm not making money. Without some of your data, I'm not making money.
Yeah.
So what they are trying to do now to capture your eyeballs, they are trying to make this app with assistance from social engineers, people who have studied the mind, psychologists. Exactly. And they kind of cautiously and subconsciously play with your mind
Yes.
that you even do not realize. So that is why you keep on checking this phone 150 times in search for something
That
that
you-
at the end of the day you're even not going to find.
You don't even know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Or it
So,
doesn't help
so
in some
those attention engineers have really done a massive job to capture time,
Wow.
and young people are wasting a lot of time on social
social
media.
media.
Yeah.
Yes.
You talked of addiction.
Yes.
And I want to ask Adhia.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, the fact that we're in a lockdown and
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yes.
Okay, not for all of us.
Some people
okay,
are doing
most of the youth, we are not really doing a lot.
As much.
Yeah, as much.
Yeah.
So most of the time is spent on our phones. And obviously, you won't tell me, okay, not really obviously, but most of the youth will go for social media than games or anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what do you think brings about this addiction? Because practically, I think they put social media to help, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yes,
It
yes,
was
yes.
to
The
help.
origin.
Yeah.
The origin was
But
to help, to be social.
But now,
last
not
time we were
really.
talking about addiction, and we were saying that it kind of starts as a good thing, but again, it turns into a bad thing when it is done a lot. What
Yes.
do you think brings about this addiction?
I like how you said that. It's like a gateway for all these other bad things. I think it starts with, like we said earlier on, the double dual life character.
Yes.
And now we build on this, and we have the nicely filtered pictures out there.
The swimming pool and the water.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'm here, I'm saying, oh, I want to be like her. I want to be like Mercy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So what do? I'm going to have to see more of her. follow Instagram, follow on Facebook. If she doesn't want to accept my friend request, I'll still follow her anyway.
Yeah.
Is she on Snapchat? Oh, let me get that. Yes. What is she doing? Where did she buy that from?
Exactly.
And it goes, and we do not actually realize that we are getting addicted to the gram, to social media.
Yes.
And it becomes, it's almost like blindly going.
Yeah.
And another thing would be living for the likes. Yes, we're living for the likes. We want to see who has the most comments. Yes, how many likes did my picture get?
Yeah.
And we become addicted to it. Sometimes we just want to actually just pass time, but then we don't realize that we're now passing time every 30 minutes and burning data. And, so it becomes a very, very bad thing. And like I said, we can break this.
Yeah, and maybe to add to what Aliyah has said, I think this is it's kind of a perplexing situation because if you're to look at social media, you are going to log into this app or this YouTube, right? I give an example of YouTube, and you're going to watch a video of, let me say, a celebrity that you like, and then a pastor probably that you like, another YouTuber who does hair that you like. And when you do this, this platform is going to take your data. They are going to find the things that you're interested in, and then after that, they are going to suggest for you more things. So now, because you want to enjoy that more content, you're going to find that you are hooked, you are addicted to this platform because they have your data. They are taking it because they know the things you like. So they give you what you want.
Exactly what you want.
Yes, which makes it addictive.
All right, that is good. I understand, and I realize that when you guys were sharing about when you started social media, you were all very, very young. You said senior two, and she said she was 13. And very many people, like including me, when the people who are joining social media currently, most of them are young people. You do not expect our 90-year-old to join, social media. So now, the danger comes in when these people join social media. They do not know the basic rules of social media, so they just come in, wholeheartedly. Like they just come, I do not know the rules of this platform, I'm just coming. And the challenge posed is, earlier on this week I was talking to a friend of mine who is in the US, and she said that her mom controls the time she spends on every media platform. And she actually knows that my daughter is on TikTok, on WhatsApp, and she's not on Instagram, and However, that is very less when it comes to our what?
Culture here.
Our culture here. Like, I don't know if parents out there know, like, the social media platforms like their children are on, like their young people are on, which poses a challenge. I want you guys to educate us. How best can this be done that when someone comes on social media, he does not come with that, what would you say? Yeah, ignorance is the right word. What would you tell the parents out there? Who wants to start? Aliyah?
Sure.
Ladies?
I think we should, our parents, for younger people, they should be able to learn more about these apps that come up every single day. Very many apps are being developed on a daily. And as much as we can't really catch up, and of course there's like a whole generational gap, and younger people are actually the ones developing these apps.
Exactly.
They need to take the initiative to actually say, you know what, I need to go and find out what's keeping these young people online.
Yes.
Why is she always on her phone? Okay, let me go through your apps. So why do you spend so much time on your Facebook or on your Tinder? Maybe she's older, yes? You mentioned it. We parents need to take the initiative. But also, because they're not going to be here forever, we need to also put some control in us and say, I'm spending this much time today. I am not going to go on this app. I'm watching one video. That website was not secure. I don't think I can keep on engaging with it. We need to have that discipline for ourselves.
Yeah.
It starts with us. Because, yes, your mom is here today and she's blocking all this, and she's switching off the Wi-Fi and all that. But she's not going to be, what happens when she's traveled or when she's not here anymore? What do? We're not going to have people spoon feed us all the time. We need to be able to have that discipline.
Yeah,
Alright.
maybe to add to the point of parents, I think there is a gap, like she said, and you are going to even find like some of our mothers,
Yes.
they have an issue with WhatsApp, just WhatsApp, right? Now just imagine you have Instagram, like per se, Twitter. It's a whole lot of confusion for them.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a bit hard for some parents.
Yes.
But there are some parents who are a bit younger, who are a bit informed about these things. So I think it is up to them to kind of mentor their children, inform them about these, and then restrict their children getting some of these applications or phones at a certain age.
Yeah.
And then as well, I think there's power in discipline, and we should be cautious of ourselves, the time that we spend, and how is this application, how is this thing that I'm using adding to my life?
Yeah.
So for the young people out there, you should learn self-discipline. Am I going to spend my whole day WhatsApping, or am I probably going to get a book and inform myself about things I do not know? So there is power in discipline, and I believe we should all learn self-discipline and how to use our time.
Okay.
That is good.
So I kind of realized that with social media, we mostly relate with people, even people we do not know.
Yes.
Right? So here comes a thing that is booming on social media.
Yeah.
The dating part of it. Online dating.
Okay.
Drum rolls.
I mean, I really want to know.
Okay.
I really want to know your take on online dating because, like we said before, people are not the same on social media like they are in person.
Yes.
And it's kind of really difficult to know that this person is like this or like that.
Yeah.
So you just, maybe taking a leap of faith or or something like that. You do not know this person really.
Prayed and fasted.
So what is
Alright.
your take on online dating?
I really want to know.
Yeah.
Wow. Online dating is really, really vast.
Maybe you should first tell us if you've ever tried it out.
Online dating.
No, no, I haven't.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm lucky or I really don't know where I fall. But I think it's a beautiful thing. We've heard of and seen online. Yes, I don't know if you've seen someone personally who has met someone online.
Yeah, I have.
Gotten married,
I
and
haven't seen those who have gotten married.
really
but yeah,
okay.
no.
But people have met online,
Yeah.
yes.
Well.
And I've heard of stories of people up to their 10th year anniversary. It's beautiful, but then there's also a con of con side of it. That's not really. You have all these fake dating sites. Maybe they're legit, but the people in there are not really legit. Yes, you think you're fallen for the right person. Everything seems so right. The profile is up to date. He's updating on a daily. And then you meet him and things have failed. What happened? And sometimes it costs you so much more because let's say you've met someone that stays all the way in South Africa or somewhere, and now you save your money. And
Yes,
yes,
you fly
and
all the way to
all
South
the
Africa.
way. And you're squeezed in some part of the plane. Now when you reach, you're jet lagged, you're tired, and everything that you learned about this person
It's fake.
is fake. What happens, And that's where it's very hard to say, to point out that this is a scam or this is real and this is it. But I believe we should just have a spirit of discernment and pray.
I mean, you're talking about online. You're not seeing this person.
Yes,
You
because
know.
you
That's
never
where
know.
discernment
You
comes
do
in.
not
Yes.
know whether they get angry when
Of
you
course.
do this, or
Yes.
if they are even killers. I do not know.
Okay.
I'm
Murderers.
just
eh?
saying, murderers. I did not know, but you just have to trust the person like out of nowhere because social media is this kind of platform that creates what you give it. If because
If
it
I say I'm looking for
provides-
someone tall and light-skinned,
Yeah.
and yes, that is what they're going to give me.
if you say I am this years old, that is what it will take,
Yeah.
and that is what it will show
Sure, yes.
to the people
Exactly.
out there. So you won't even know my age. You won't know anything
Yes.
about me.
Yes, and that's where the dual lifestyle comes in, and you don't often know what's behind that profile. And as much as people, will meet online and say he's the one, and maybe years later they're getting married, no one can tell me that at one point they didn't think that everything they saw online was fake.
Yeah.
Yes, so there's no way at all of knowing that this is real or this is fake.
All right, I want to cut a thin line on this. Alia, do you believe in online dating? Do you think
If you
it can work?
must, if you must,
Yeah.
I think you should go for it. I mean,
you
there
must.
are Christian
Yes.
online dating sites and even apps that if you think online dating is your thing, I would encourage you to start there first.
Yes.
Forget Tinder, like someone else. Yes, let's start with the online dating apps and websites.
All right.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
if you
all right.
have to.
Okay, that's good. Emma, there is a lot of information that circulates on the media,
Yes.
especially on social media, WhatsApp. Someone sends you a link and they're like, you have won something. Mercy here was duped. Like- Someone sent Mercy a link and they were telling, I don't know, like you've won an iPhone, you've won 10 buckets of chicken, fake information.
It sounded real.
Yeah. All right. So there is a lot of fake and scam information on social media. However, there is also authentic information on social media.
Yes.
How then do I, a user, determine or know that this is authentic and this is a
Yes.
scam?
All right, that's a good question.
Yeah.
To speak into that, I believe that with the good people on the internet, there are people who are out there to find ways how to manipulate and get your clicks and get you
Yes.
hooked onto whatever they are selling, which is fake.
Yes.
But I think that one of the indicators for me that I usually consider
Yes.
is when something is really too good to be true. I kind of pull back a bit. Let me give an example. When someone says free or cheap, and then it's like too big, like 10 GB or like 20 GB of data, free data, I usually
11.
first, yes. And then, yeah, exactly. If someone says iPhone 11, free, like nothing.
No strings attached.
Yeah, then
Plus
you should,
free shipping.
Exactly. So I think that's one of the indicators. But then to move on, I think Ali, I hope me note this out. When you go on a site and it's called the search bar.
Yes.
If you do not see a padlock on the side of a search bar, it is not a secure website.
Yeah.
So you should probably log out of that website. And then as well, if you see like maybe free, a particular restaurant from a franchise, there are those very, very big restaurants that offer free things. When you
Yes.
see a link, you should try, first of all, and check on their official social media platforms to
Yeah.
see if they have an offer out there, if they have something there, like the buckets of chicken that they might be giving out. First, go on the actual website and check.
Yeah.
Or the actual social media platform and check. Or you could as well ask them, because their inboxes are usually open. Are you offering this offer? Should I get on this link?
Yeah.
You should ask, because it kind of helps you to prevent that. Because
diligence.
Helps so many more other people from
Exactly.
being duped as well.
maybe to wrap it up, I believe that usually these people who send those anonymous links,
Yes.
they usually want links to their website, because Google works in a way that the more links that you get on your website and people see your ads, the more you get paid. And also when you go on that website and they get your geolocation or they get your data, there is a way
Yes.
they continue to popping ads onto your phone. So you should try as much to prevent clicking on those links.
All right.
Yes.
We are we are coming to an end of the show. However, we would like to hear what your final comments about this whole idea is. What would be you guys? What would be your final takes?
Well, I'll start by just reading a quote that said, in the past, censorship worked by blocking the flow of information. In the 21st century, censorship, yes, works by flooding people with irrelevant information. In ancient times, having power meant having access to data. Today, having power means knowing what to ignore. So what are you going to ignore? Yeah.
All right, that's powerful.
I was reading somewhere, to wrap it up, I was reading somewhere and someone quoted and said that it is very easy to fool someone rather than tell someone that you have been fooled. It is quite easy to fool someone,
Yes.
but when you tell someone that you have been fooled, it's very hard for them to believe in you,
Yes.
right? So that is what social media has kind of done.
Yes.
It is that right now when we come and talk about addiction to social media, some people it will be very hard to convince them that they have been fooled by social media. So I beseech you, young people out there, even the old people, that you should take heed and listen in, because social media is a good tool, but it can be bad. And you should look out for those bad things and address them. Try on a particular day not to do something that you've always been doing on social media. Maybe posting a status. You could try on a particular day and say, today let me try and not post a status and see if I will maybe die. If you do not die, then you are good to
Obviously, you
go.
can't die. But your social media can die out.
Even, but you don't
Yeah,
die.
you don't.
Yes.
I don't know, Mercy, what do you have to say as we end this show? I
Okay,
like that dying part, and see whether you will die.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, today I feel like I've learned a lot, especially from the links that I get. Obviously, I can't do that again.
Okay.
I can't. I think I'll know what is real and what is not real. I should not believe things that are too good to be real.
be true.
To be true. And yeah, I feel I've enjoyed you guys a lot. Thank
you so much for
Hope we
having
can
us,
have
Steph.
you guys again. Yeah, Isaac.
All right. It's been such an honor having you guys staying tuned to the Your Time Show. We are always happy whenever you come forth and watch and enjoy the show together with us, as you comment, as you like, as you share to as many people as you can. This is authentic information. This is good information. And the Your Time Show is going to be right here. Next week, we will still be here, same place, same time. So we would like to encourage you to please encourage as many people as you can to join us together and let us enjoy the Your Time Show as young people. Thank you very much. Until next time, the Your Time Show.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.